Hi, I'm Claire from New York. Please like and subscribe. I lived with my amazing single mom who had a tough time raising me on her own. As I grew older, I was determined to work hard and give her a good life one day. I got into a great high school on full scholarship and helped her out by waitressing on weekends. One evening, I was dashing like crazy at the subway station. I was so late for my shift. Suddenly, I bumped straight into someone, but I just shouted an apology and ran off to my train. Just as I was about to get on, someone gently took my hand. I turned around to see the most gorgeous boy ever.
Hey, you dropped this.
He placed something in my hand, and I gasped. It was my bracelet. Thank you so much. I would have been devastated if I'd lost this. I'm so glad I found you. No, you found me. I mean, the bracelet. His smile went all the way up to his warm brown eyes.
You're welcome. Do you think we could maybe…
Just then the door started closing and I shouted, "Sorry, gotta go," as the train pulled away. I felt like such an idiot. I didn't even ask for his name. For the next couple of months, I kept hoping I'd bump into him on the way to work, but no such luck. Summer break was over, and I was really looking forward to seeing my best friend Tessa, who'd been away on vacation. We hugged excitedly, and she put her arm through mine as we walked to class. There's so much I have to tell you. But first, did you ever find the train guy again? No. It sounds stupid, Tess, but we had an instant connection. He almost asked me out, and now he just disappeared. Aw, Claire. We'll hunt the whole city down till we find him. Now come on. Let me introduce you to my new boyfriend, David. She walked up to a tall guy, and when he turned around, my heart almost stopped. It was the freaking train guy! He didn't seem to recognize me as Tessa introduced us, telling me how their dads were friends and they'd met on vacation. His family had recently moved to our town, so he'd joined our school now. Of all the guys in the world, Tessa had to meet him? The first class we had that day was English literature, and to my dismay, the teacher chose me and David to read out something from Shakespeare. He picked out a scene from Romeo and Juliet, but David muttered loudly, "Jeez, kill me now." What, you don't like it?
No. It's a story about two people who were so dumb. I was happy when they died. It's so lame.
Oh, is that your expert opinion as a world-famous writer?
No, it's my expert opinion as someone with good taste. It's not romantic, it's stupid.
Dying for love is stupid?
The dumbest.
You have the emotional depth of a teaspoon.
At least I have a brain. But fine, you want me to be stupid Romeo? I'll do it.
No, I don't want to now. I pulled the book away from him as he held onto it tight, and suddenly we both fell down, ripping it in half. Everyone was staring at us, and the teacher told us to go back to our seats. Ugh, this guy was so annoying. It wasn't a great start, but because of Tessa, we both made an effort to be nicer. And I wanted to hate him, but I really couldn't. He was smart, funny, sweet. He was kind of perfect. For Tessa, of course. Some months later, we had a big calculus assignment to work on, but when I went to the library, only David was there. He told me Tessa wasn't feeling well, and I sat down awkwardly. As we got busy working, I suddenly noticed David looking at my notebook.
You're doing it the wrong way.
My answer is the same as yours.
But why use such a long method when there's a shortcut?
Because shortcuts lead to mistakes.
Watch and learn.
He pulled his chair closer and started scribbling away. I could hardly focus. Gosh, he smelled so good.
There, done.
Okay, you're a genius. I'm calling it a day. I gathered my stuff and started to leave, but he followed me.
Have I offended you? Why does it always seem like you're mad at me?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Am not.
Just tell me, Claire, why are you angry at me?
Suddenly, the words just came spilling out. Because you didn't remember me.
Wait, what?
Nothing. It's nothing. I'll see you around. And with that, I ran off. Why did I have to say such a dumb thing? A few weeks later, we had the spring dance at school, and I accepted when a boy from class, Eric, asked me to go with him. I was actually having a pretty good time, and when I stopped to rest, Tessa and David joined me. That Eric seems like great boyfriend material, Claire. Yeah, I guess he's nice. But you're still hoping to find the train guy, right? Oh my God. Tessa, please shut up.
Train guy?
Oh, yeah, babe. This guy found Claire's bracelet on the train station, and they had this, electric romantic moment, but Claire left and never saw him again. She even tried looking for him, but nothing. I just wanted to magically disappear from the most humiliating moment of my life. Eric came just then and whisked me off to the dance floor. The next day, I was just really distracted at work. I broke 2 glasses, knocked over a jug of water, and then I bumped into a waiter, sending food flying everywhere. I was pretty sure I'd be fired. But that night got even worse when I suddenly noticed my bracelet was gone. I broke down into tears, and the staff helped me look all around the kitchen. The manager even let me stay back and search the restaurant once the customers were gone. But I didn't find it anywhere. Feeling crushed, I finally left and walked straight into someone outside.
Hey, what's wrong?
My bracelet! It's gone. It's the last birthday gift my dad gave me. David pulled me into a hug, and I buried my face in his shoulder. A minute later, he spoke.
Claire, you mean this bracelet?
I stepped back to see him taking off the bracelet stuck to my coat. Gosh, I feel so stupid. Thank you once again. And suddenly, last evening came rushing back to me. Listen, I did tell Tessa I met some guy, and I thought maybe we had something, but I was wrong. I've only ever thought of you as a friend since we met in school, and I don't like you that way, okay?
Well, that's disappointing.
Wait, what?
I would have looked for you myself, but I left town the next day. And when I saw you in school, I did remember you, Claire. I didn't say anything because what was the point? I'm with Tessa, and I've tried so hard not to like you that way either, but it's not working.
He pulled me closer, and my heart was pounding. He leaned in to kiss me, but I snapped back to my senses. No, I can't do this to Tessa. Please, don't follow me. And with that, I ran. How could I even come this close? I really wasn't looking forward to seeing David in school, but I found his seat empty. Tessa told me his dad was unwell, and David had to go back to his hometown to take care of business. I thought he'd be back soon, but days turned into weeks, and then months. The school year ended, and one day during summer break, Tessa called me to tell me she and David had broken up. What? Why? The long-distance relationship made us realize we weren't that good together. I'm sure we can still be good friends, but that's all we'll be now. I hardly knew what to say. I wanted to call him and ask him how he was doing, but I decided against it. A few weeks later at the restaurant, I walked over to a table to take someone's order, and I nearly fell back when I saw David sitting there. David, you're back. It's been so long.
Well, I'm here now. I guess you heard about me and Tessa?
Yeah, sorry it didn't work out.
It was the right thing for both of us. Claire, do you think that maybe...
Just then, Eric walked in and kissed me on the cheek.
Babe, is your shift almost over? Oh, hey man, you're back.
David tried to hide his shock as he realized I was dating Eric now. He'd asked me out a week after the dance. Suddenly, he got up to leave.
I just remembered something important. I'll see you guys in school.
Gosh, we really had the worst timing. Some weeks later on my 16th birthday, Eric turned up in a limo to take me to dinner. But when we got to this fancy restaurant, I was shocked to see my entire class there. It looked like he booked the whole place. But to top that, Eric jumped onto a chair suddenly, holding a mic.
Happy birthday to the most amazing girl. To show you how much you mean to me, I'm gonna embarrass myself now with this song I wrote for you.
He started singing, and I couldn't stop laughing. He was ridiculous. Just then, the mic suddenly died, and everyone heard David saying,
"What a loser."
There was a pin drop silence as everyone turned to him, and Eric was furious.
Dude, is there a problem? Yeah, just one thing. I don't understand what Claire sees in you.
God, he was so rude. Before I could tell him off, Eric leapt forward and grabbed him by his collar. David pushed him back, and he ended up falling in the cake. He attacked David again, and they both went crashing into another table. Oh my God, stop it! David, what's wrong with you? I pulled him outside.
Your boyfriend attacked me first.
You deserved it. What's your problem with Eric?
He's so annoying and lame, but I guess you like that. He's your Romeo.
I like him because he's sweet and caring
and really rich.
I suddenly slapped him hard. Did you just call me a gold digger? Gosh, you're being such a jerk.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. And I don't hate Eric. I just hate that I missed my chance with you again. I wished every day I'd followed you on that train, and things could be different.
Oh, so what was I in the middle of all this? A mistake? We turned around in horror to see Tessa behind us. So, you did find your train guy, Claire? And all this time we were together, you two were in love? Were you secretly making out? No, Tessa, of course not. Why should I believe you? You lied to my face for so long. I tried to stop her from leaving, but she pushed me to the ground. I'm done with both of you. She stormed off furiously, and I just went back inside. This was a nightmare. The next few weeks were awful. Tessa refused to talk to me. I refused to talk to David, and everything was a mess. Then Tessa didn't come to school for a couple of days, and I began to feel worried. I finally asked the teacher, and she told me Tessa and her sister had been in an accident. Oh my God! I went straight to the hospital and found Tessa in the waiting area. I rushed forward and hugged her tight, and she hugged me back. I'm okay, but my sister's in surgery. I'm just so glad you're here, Claire. I held her hand through it, and we were so relieved when the doctors told us she was gonna be okay. We took a walk outside, and Tessa turned to me. Claire, how could you be so stupid? Why didn't you tell me David was the guy? You would have hated me even if I had, Tessa. And it doesn't matter now. I'm with Eric. Just listen to yourself, dummy. You're with Eric, but you're not in love with Eric. I just ignored her. I wasn't hurting Eric now. I'd messed up things enough. A few weeks later, Eric was having a Christmas party at his place. When I came down all dressed up, Mom said a package had arrived for me. I opened it and gasped. There was a beautiful pair of earrings inside that perfectly matched my bracelet. A note fell out. This was supposed to be your birthday present. I'm really sorry for everything, Claire. I'm leaving tonight, and I'll be transferring back to my old school. I hope you and Tess patch things up. David. What? I couldn't believe he was leaving for good. I went to the party with a heavy heart, and there, I had another surprise waiting. Eric immediately pulled me into a room and popped out a freaking diamond ring. What are you doing?
Claire, let's just get engaged. My family would be so pleased if we announced it tonight. We won't get married right away, of course, but...
Eric, please stop. I can't. He looked at me in shock.
It's because of David, isn't it?
Well, yes and no. I don't want to be engaged. I don't want my life planned out for me. You're a great guy, but I'm not ready for this. I'm sorry. He quietly kissed me on the cheek and just left. And I immediately called an Uber to the train station. I looked around frantically for David, and just then I saw him climbing onto the train. As I hopped on after him and took his hand, he turned around in shock.
Claire, what are you doing here?
Taking a train ride with you? Also, I broke up with Eric. We're both single now, so what do you want to do about it? He smiled like the first time I saw him.
Do you think we could maybe get dinner sometime?
Finally, yes. And he pulled me in for a kiss.
The way my hands feel on your body. That I painted this myself. It was a masterpiece, and someone huge wanted to buy it. On my way to our meeting, I passed by a movie set and got distracted by the cutest sight imaginable, a cage with 10 cute dogs. As I rushed to pet them, I tripped over something and knocked the cage over. To my surprise, the dogs burst out of the cage and began to chase me like rabid little monsters, ready to eat me alive. I ran as fast as I could and immediately dove into the first thing that I saw, an open trailer van door. I slammed the door behind me, but as I turned around, I saw something that made my jaw drop. The most hypnotizing green eyes I had ever seen. But my ogling was rudely interrupted when the boy started screaming like a little girl.
Who are you and what are you doing here? How did you find this van?
Hello? This van is parked in the middle of the street.
Don't lie, you're a stalker, aren't you?
Hey, listen, you moron. I don't even know you. Why would I stalk you? Like, ew.
You don't know me? I'm Owen, the movie star.
Owen who? I've never heard of your name before and have never seen any of your stupid movies. I showed him my precious painting to prove that I was telling the truth, but he just laughed sarcastically and said,
That's a painting. It looks stupid.
Well, someone is willing to pay $50,000 for this stupid painting, so you're stupid because you can't understand art.
Just get out of my van, stalker.
Just then, the van started moving. No. Owen demanded the driver to stop to throw me out, but the bathroom door suddenly opened and a scary-looking lady stepped out.
Owen, I just received a call. Someone let the dogs out on our previous set and
The lady trailed off upon seeing me.
who is she? Some crazy stalker? Should I call the cops? She could have put your life in danger. We should detain her.
Ugh, not again. Hi, my name is Erica, and this is my story of how I became a famous creepy stalker in no time. Please like and subscribe to Owen's pictures so I could sell them to his crazy fangirls after I escaped from here. Suddenly, my phone rang. It was the buyer, and he sounded mad. I begged Owen and his manager to let me out because I needed to sell my painting, but they were acting like I was invisible. Moments later, the manager's own phone rang.
What? We're already here. Oh, a girl with red hair and black hoodie let the dogs out? Don't worry, I'll handle this.
The manager turned to me looking very furious.
You have caused huge trouble in the city. You'll have to pay for this.
Could this day get any worse? We finally arrived at their next filming location, and to my horror, it was in the middle of a desert. The manager immediately told their bodyguards to lock me up in a cold, small tent with additional security outside. Worse, I heard that they were staying here for a week. I tried calling the buyer, but there was no signal. I had to escape or else I was going to lose him. I decided to sneak out through the window. I lifted the flap of the tent window and stepped on a chair. Just as half of my body was already outside, I lost my balance and fell back, knocking a huge bag over and spilling its contents. I picked up what seemed to be a guy's boxer shorts, and right at that very moment, Owen came in and saw me.
What are you doing with my stuff?
I just realized that it looked like I was sniffing his underwear.
It's not what you think. I fell over and I knew it. You're obsessed with me. I don't believe you. Give me your phone to see if you took pictures of me, you stalker.
There was no way I would give it to him. The manager came in and reported that a razor and shaving cream that were owned by another actor were missing.
You probably stole it. Let me see your bag.
Duh, why would I steal it? Do I look like a boy with a beard to her? I confidently handed her my bag. Go ahead. She checked my bag and immediately found the items. Oh my god, how did it end up there? Owen looked so disappointed.
She really isn't your stalker, Owen. She's a thief. We don't know what else she's planning to steal.
The manager took my painting as a hostage and told me that she'd only give it back if I helped with the filming crew. I immediately accepted the deal and started working with them. I focused on the backdrops and everyone was amazed at my paintings, including Owen.
You're really talented.
It was the first time that he smiled at me and it was so unexpected. One day, Owen's makeup artist got sick and I found myself volunteering. He kept on staring at me as I worked on his handsome face, and it was making my heartbeat race really fast. Calm down, Erica. You hate him, remember?
I'm sorry if I was a jerk to you. I've just had traumatic experiences with obsessed fangirls before.
No biggie.
I was just mad that you didn't know me. I mean, I would love to have a beautiful stalker, you know.
I didn't know what to say, so I acted like there was something intriguing in a rock nearby to avoid him.
Leave that stupid rock alone.
To my surprise, he grabbed my arm and kissed me. His manager came in just then and saw us.
You witch! How dare you flirt with him? You're going to pay for this!
To my horror, she grabbed my painting and ripped it in half. No! I worked on that for literally 200 hours! The manager ordered the security to lock me up again. Owen tried to stop her, but they ended up fighting. That night, he snuck into the tent and gave me a surprise. My painting! He revealed that he had exchanged it with a fake one earlier because he expected what his evil manager was going to do.
I am only working with her because my dad was indebted to her. I actually wanted to be an athlete, you know?
I suddenly felt sorry for him.
So listen, I talked to my friend about this escape. He's driving back to the city. Go with him.
Thanks, Owen. I owe you one. During the ride, I wondered if we'd see each other again. When I finally reached home, I immediately contacted the buyer and explained everything. Thank God he was still up for it. More and more clients got interested in my work, and soon enough, I started putting up my own website and started earning huge amounts of cash. It had been 2 weeks, and to be honest, Owen's kiss hadn't left my mind. One night while I was about to sleep, someone snuck in through my window. I was about to scream when I thought it was a burglar, but no, it was him. What are you doing here?
I couldn't get you out of my mind, so I looked for you.
Ew, stalker. I teased him as he pulled me close and kissed me again. This time I kissed him back and it was amazing.
You owe me one, right? Then be my girlfriend.
And that was how I ended up dating a celebrity. I was so over the moon, but little did I know that my whirlwind romance was about to turn into the biggest mess ever. Owen told me that we should keep our relationship a secret because his contract stated that he should be single. I agreed to it because I also wanted to earn a name for myself as a painter and not as a celebrity's girlfriend. Tell you what, it wasn't fun. His bodyguards were everywhere, even when he was peeing. Whenever we went outside, people kept shoving cameras in his face. All I wanted was some quality babe time with him. He begged his manager to get rid of bodyguards. Thankfully, she agreed, but only if he followed her rules, and one of them was not to date anyone. Owen found a way for us to hang out without making it look like I was his date. One time, I disguised myself as an old woman, and I literally used a cane while we strolled in a park. His fans were so touched because Owen was so sweet to his grandma. I also disguised myself as a scary witch when we watched a movie. Everyone was screaming and running away when the lights were switched back on, and it was epic. Owen and I had the whole theater to ourselves. He even got mistaken as gay when I disguised myself as a boy. Thankfully, his manager and PR team bought his excuse that I was a cousin and were able to fix it. It went on like that for 6 months, and it was hard, but exciting. Things became messier when we went on a coffee date with me as a little girl. His fans distracted me with candles and toys so they could have Owen by themselves. Owen and I left the restaurant, but these crazy fangirls were like rabid dogs who kept on chasing us. We ran as fast as we could until we reached the parking lot. While slipping inside Owen's car, a girl caught my wig and pulled it off. I knew it! It's her! The painter girl! She was able to take a picture of me before I closed the door. Oh no. Just 10 seconds later, sweet pictures of Owen and I circulated online. They even figured out we were together most of the time just by studying our Instagram posts. Oh my god, these fangirls were better than FBI agents. Owen's manager immediately called him, and her loud voice could literally break eardrums. She was obviously furious. Owen ended the call and turned to me.
Manager said that my fans wanted me to date another actress and not some other girl. They are very angry.
So you're going to date her because that's what your fans want?
Of course not. I don't want a public relationship stunt with her. That girl's obsessed with me.
That was what I thought, until pictures of him and his new girlfriend and the most beautiful girl in the world, Sierra, kissing on a yacht circulated online. I tried calling Owen, but he wasn't answering me. It went on like that for a week, and I was totally devastated. How could I be with a man who would just treat me as his secret girlfriend and couldn't even fight for me? I got depressed for weeks and chose to focus on my painting career after moving on. One day, a huge client approached me and gave me a chance to display my works at his art gallery event next week. I was so excited. The event finally came and my client introduced me as a rising painter. Everyone was wowed at my paintings. Suddenly, a young girl came up to me and said, "Oh my gosh, it's you, the love of Owen's life." What was she talking about? You should watch his interview last night. I didn't want to watch it at first, but my curiosity was killing me, so I opened my phone and became speechless.
Sierra and I are not dating, it's just a public stunt. I'm finally quitting showbiz. I'm done with it and my evil manager. I just wanted to be myself and be with the love of my life. Her name is Erica, and I just miss her so much.
It couldn't be real. Just then, a group of girls outside started screaming. I looked back and saw someone standing at the entrance with a huge bouquet of roses. The person holding it peeked from behind them, and I nearly fainted. It was Owen! What are you doing here?
I came to take my painter girl back. I wonder if she's still single.
You jerk. As a response, I pulled him close and kissed him with happy tears.